You can enjoy the sun now. In 15 minutes. Okay. What do you have? What did you get?
From Elmina.
Ah, something for free, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. No. No.
Something is here.
Yeah, it's museum.
Because I saw.
There's another group here.
Yeah, I saw someone there, so I thought that we are also waiting.
Can I get inside? So you should.
Yeah. We will do it right now.
So we'll ask them. And we'll ask them how.
Wait, this one is shorter. This one is shorter. Let's see. No, I think it's for decoration. It's not. It's full.
Maybe they use it as an ammunition or something. We'll ask the tour guide.
This one.
We'll ask them.
No, but
We'll ask the tour guide and he'll brief us about it.
but it doesn't look like it was used. I don't know. Oh, but maybe here. Okay.
It's heavy.
Okay. Well, it's like, yeah, I think the one said that I think like 20 kilos. You can
this
try.
One is different. That one might be that.
No, I don't think that's this one is already.
This one, that one
You can try. You can tell me. I don't think that.
is heavy.
I don't think that one will be like 50 kilo. This one, I think 20 or something. We will see. Oh. So basically, you run through the window and jump into the water. Okay. Okay, no, don't jump here. Here is no water. It's just rock. It would be bad. Yeah.
Wow.
Jumping here would not end good. Well,
No.
you can hold.
No. I'm fine.
It's not nothing. There is one guy dipping.
Someone is seriously looking there.
Yeah. Someone is enjoying. Here. If you come here, then it's on the right. Under the. Look. Here. Yeah. Okay. I think this is also self-tour. You can walk everywhere. Hmm?
You play football or you run?
You see, when it comes, it's fast, and it has a lot of power. But it's good that they build it actually here. It slows the water down. Yeah. Okay, so we go inside, or we are waiting for the tour guide? I think that this is also not renovated. It looks like almost in the same condition like the free tour and Carmina Casa. Ah, you can also walk here. Oh. I think
2 minutes is up.
is that the guy? No. Oh. Where is the guy? What is he inside? Yeah. Up, down, up. Here. Is here. But you could actually do a self-tour here, because it's actually not as many things. Okay, so here is a cell. No, but that's the same guy. Cape Coast Castle is World Heritage Site. One of the group of castles and forts along the coast of Ghana that were designed World Heritage Monuments in 1979. So we were here. I was trying to jump over here, also over here. And there were two guys looking from, I don't know, here somewhere, also watching the water like, okay, I don't want to land and in the water. Okay, so this is an old picture from 1682. It was very similar actually, but not the same. Because you see the entrance, where's the entrance? Because the stairs is here, but it's kind of different. No, but it's different because here was actually this door. The stairs were not. They are like this. Yeah. I see. But obviously they remained. Yeah. So it was 1682. So what do we have here? Cave Coast. P48. What is that? 1660. Previous try, okay. Okay, so the Swedish Lodge. Karlsberg. Swedish Lodge. Okay, so Cape Coast Castle is one of the of over 30 historic military structures standing along Ghana's coast. The first was built in Elmina, 12 kilometers west of here, in 1482. Cape Coast, the name. Derives from Portuguese. Cabo Corso, for short cape. Just inland, Italy and the eastern end of Fettu, which extended west to the bank of Benia River at Elmina. Portuguese traders with Fettu. Dutch traders relied at the first kingdom of Asebo Fettu's eastern member. Built their first fort of gold. So I don't think that here were slaves. Yeah. Men's slave dungeon. Where is he? Oh, he's there. Oh, he's coming now. I think he was waiting. Yeah.
Floor found a bit slippery, so we'll just
Hold me. Here. Well.
Oh, yes.
You nurture. See how long it is.
I think
Well, this is different dungeon.
We are underground mining or what? Underground mining.
Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Joe. And before I talk about what happened down here, let me give a short history about this slave castle. Let me start with the Portuguese. The Portuguese, they were the first Europeans to have had contacts with the local people who lived in this town. In the 1500s, the Portuguese were in this town. They came to trade, but they did not stay for long. After some years of trading, the Portuguese left because of competition from other European traders. Around 1654, the Swedish built a small slave fort on this very land. So the Swedish were the first to build here. For 4 years, the Swedish were taking gold and African captives, but the fort and the land changed hands between 3 other European countries. In 1658, the Danes captured the fort from the Swedish. The Danes were also here for 3 years. Around 1661, the Dutch attacked the Danes, drove them away, and took over the same slave forts. 4 years after the Dutch came here, in 1665, the British fought the Dutch here, defeated them. The British were the ones who developed the slave castle. So everything you see here, built by the British. It took the British more than 100 years to build this up. And they did use the African captives to build the structure. We are currently in the male dungeon. This is where they were keeping the male captives whilst waiting for the slave ships. And as many as 1,000 men were held in here from that first chamber all the way down there. 1,000 men. But the dungeon divided into 5 chambers. This is one chamber. Out of the 1,000, as many as 150 men could be held just in this space. And in those days, there was no electricity. Let me put the light out for a second, just for you to experience how.
Would you like to sleep here?
So this is how the place would be back in those days. So there are 2 veins, all the source of light and air, and the opening there, it was an observatory or something like a spy hole. Sometimes the soldier will be there with a lamp or a torch to watch or to observe the men helping him. The waist, the toilet urine ran on the floor and they stayed in the waist. In fact, what we are currently standing on, it is decomposed human waste. So the feces, the vomits, the food waste of the captives, with time, it all piled up, covering the original floor with bricks, and that is what has decayed or hardened. So if we should excavate, we will be seeing bricks. The captives were kept in the dungeons for between 2 weeks to 3 months, while the British are waiting for the slave ships. And they were given food twice a day. The food is put in the hands. A lot of people died in the dungeon. When one dies in here, the body taken out and thrown into the sea. Now, many of the Africans were taken from this slave castle. They were captured within present-day Ghana. But in those days, there were people captured in other regions in West Africa, present-day Togo, Burkina Faso, and brought here. And many were captives of wars that happened between the different kingdoms. There were also a lot of people kidnapped from their towns and homes by slave raiders. And wherever the Africans were captured, they were marched on foot. They walk. So you can imagine walking from even up to this place. Not to talk about from Burkina Faso. So there were a lot of people who died being brought to the slave castle. The middlemen and slave raiders who were bringing the African captives, they bring them here to sell or to auction to the British. And the trading system was the barter trade. So the British were using their guns, textiles, and other European goods to exchange. And after getting the captive, they had them branded. They had the branding irons, their company's names or emblems carved out on the tops into fire, on the arms or the backs for easy identification. And then they would separate them. So 1,000 men down here, and they had a separate place where they were keeping the women. We will be going there soon. I will pause for a second. Any questions, please?
Were they chained in here, or were they?
They were chained. 2 or more people were chained together, either the hands or the legs. All right. Let's walk this way. You can see the surface, which we should excavate. This is the original floor. So all this, the waste of the captives.
You want to touch it?
So this is the last chamber. Again, 200 men were kept in this space. And this is a traditional shrine. A shrine that belongs to the people in the town. The people in the town who practice the indigenous African religion, they come here to practice. But the shrine, it was built long after the British had left. So during the slave trade, this was not here. Behind this wall, behind this, is an underground tunnel. A tunnel built by the British to connect this chamber to the sea, about 70 meters long. And they were using the tunnel as a passage. So in those days, when the slave ships come to the beach, the men in the dungeon, they were not moved or taken out through the main entrance, the beach. The soldiers rather moved or walked the men through the underground tunnel, still in the chains, all the way to the beach where they are forced into the slave ships before they are taken away to the Americas and the Caribbean and enslaved on the plantation farms. In 1833, the British closed the entrance to the tunnel. They closed it to symbolize the end of the slave trade on our shores. So we cannot see how big the tunnel is from here, but when we continue out, I'll show you parts of the underground tunnel. Any questions about this chamber, please? The corner there is an extension of this chamber. There is no door or exit, just an extension. And these are brought by visitors to remember and pay homage to the ancestors, the captives. Alright. So without any question, we will continue and then we'll see the other place. So 1,000 men.
What was it called? This passageway, did it have a name?
Okay, not really, but it led to what we call the door of no return.
Oh, that's what it led to.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the exit. Yeah, so you walk through the tunnel and then get to the door of no return before they're taken out to the beach.
I was wondering if it had that name, for God's sakes.
It's like a movie.
Yeah. Crazy.
It looks scary.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Just to imagine 1,000 people. Crazy.
So they had a church on top of the Milan. So that was the first Anglican church established in Assyria. While the captives were down there, Christianity was practiced on top.
Wow.
At the age of 38, but there's no record of who or what caused his death here. So these three are British, he, an African from the town.
What's next to that? Could have been great.
It's an unidentified.
Unidentified.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone is down there, but they gave no identification, so we don't know who it is.
Who was it?
But there is someone buried here.
Hmm.
So the water reservoirs, they built to store rainwater. That was what they were using to cook for the Africans. Now connected to the pipes. So these days we store pipe-borne water. Two of them, the other one right over there.
So you say you store what these days?
Treated water.
Oh, it's treated water.
Yeah, now. Okay. Two of them, there's the other one.
How deep is it?
About 18 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
So the cannons, they were here to be used in protecting the place. Originally on wheels, you can move them. They will fill one with gunpowder, put a cannonball at the mouth, light the fire over here. The gunpowder explodes, the pressure moves the cannonball. The cannonballs are heavy. So they fire them to hit enemy ships, break them, so that the water sinks. It's all to protect the castle. And this wall with the red flag on, it is just about 4 years old, built because of the rising sea level. Yeah, so this was all seawater until the year 2021. Any questions? Absolutely.
Given the session.
You are told to join us. Okay, so we will continue after the tour. You can still come back here if you want to make your photos. So don't worry, after the tour. You missed a few places, I'll later take it.
Okay.
So please walk with me.
Okay.
You can drink. You want?
Alright. Oh, the cannons. These were like the bombs they were using to protect the place. You'll fill one with gunpowder, put one of the balls at the mouth, light a fire. So the gunpowder explodes, the pressure moves the ball at the top speed. The balls are heavy. And they fire them just to hit the enemy ships, break them so that the water will sink the ships. So to protect the place. The cannons and the cannonballs. In the dungeon, I know you haven't been there. In the dungeon, I talked about an underground tunnel. A tunnel built to connect the last chamber in the dungeon to the sea. We are currently on top Okay, the tunnel goes under us this way.
Oh, okay.
So when the ships come, they move the men through the tunnel all the way to the beach. So let's walk down. Let's see past.
You can cool down.
So this is part of it. Over here, a soldier will be standing with a gun pointed down at the captives, watching and urging them to move, to continue walking. So no one goes in or comes out. The tunnel continues, starting from behind the shrine in the middle dungeon. They walk them through all the way to the sea. So if you want to look, the best you stand, stretch your neck a bit, you look, and then you allow another person.
Oh. There are bats there. Yeah.
Hey, don't go too far with the baby, please.
Don't jump.
Baby?
The bats are there. Oh my god. She got almost heart attack.
Get on the ground and bring it.
Typical European people. Unbelievable. You see, it keeps multiplying. The back.
So let's. So this is the end of the underground tunnel. The tunnel runs this way. They were bringing the Africans in this direction. But this side was blocked in 1833, also to show the end of the slave trade. So during the slave trade, there was no wall. When they walked the Africans to this point, they were moving them out. There was a door over here. The door of no return used to be here, behind the beach. But as the slave trade was going on, the British saw that when the sea waves were rough or the tides were high, seawater was getting in. It was a problem. So they closed the door and then they created another exit or another door out because they were still taking people away. The other one they created is down there. And that is what we now call the door of no return. It is still open. So we will be taking a step out of that.
And we'll not return.
That's the door ahead of us. This was the female punishment cell. There is a hole on the right that was for toilet urine. So the women, they were kept in the dungeon down there, but the women were fighting for their freedom. The women who were resisting rape by the governors and the traders, they were beaten and then locked in. 10 women behind this. And they pulled the woman in for 1 week. They starved the woman, the idea to starve her to break her spirit. The intention to make the woman submissive. The women who resist rape, fight for their freedom, beaten, locked, and then starved the female punishment. So. Let's see the female diving.
Oh, there are two.
Yeah,
Not connected, huh?
Yeah, let's see this one.
Separate. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So just a step down. Let's see this one.
It's much smaller than the other one. What do you think? 200?
So there was no electricity. The holes up there for lines. The window on this side, there were iron bars fixed. No one could escape through this window. 200 women will be kept in this space. The same number in the dungeon opposites. And they were treating the women the same as the men. So the waste, the toilet, urine, menstruation, everything was done on the floor. And they stayed in it. They were here for 2 weeks, some were here for 3 months before the ships came. They were giving food twice a day. The food is put in the hands. A lot of women died in here. When one dies, the body is taken out and thrown into the sea. They were treating the women the same as the men, the female died. Any questions? Alright. Let's see the door of no return.
200 women were here in this place.
See down there, the door of no return. Originally, it was smaller than now. The captives had to go down to be able to move out. Changed into this big one by the British after they stopped the slave trade. The name, it's symbolic. No one came here willingly. These were people who were captured, kidnapped, forced here. When they were taken away to the Americas and the Caribbean, they lost contact with their family. They were enslaved to work on the plantation farm. And these Africans never returned home to their motherland.
Second one.
I just so you were not listening to me.
This was it. The sea water was all the way up. All this was sea water until just about 4 years ago when the place was filled up and the water pushed back. So this is all man-made. So during the slave trade, when they bring the captives out, the British will have small boats over here. They fall them into the boats. The ships stay a bit far. In the boats, the ships, and then they're taken out. But now the place is like a mini fishing hub with the local people fishing. In 1998, we celebrated the Emancipation Day for the first time in Ghana. And we held a ceremony here. In the US and in Jamaica, the bones or the remains of 2 people were exhumed from the graves over there. And the bones were flown to Ghana. In the US, the bones of an African American, his name Samuel Cass. In Jamaica, a woman, her name Madam Crystal. When the bones were flown to Ghana, they were brought here. But they were not brought in a car or by road. They were brought by sea on a boat. The same way the Africans were taken across the sea, the same way the bones were brought back. We held a complete traditional funeral for the 2. And then we had the bones reburied in a town in Ghana known as Asin Manso. So after that was done, let's take a picture. This was then the door of return. So it's symbolic. Millions of people were taken away. They never came back. But the bones that were brought back symbolically broke that barrier, paved the way. So this same door, it is now a symbolic gateway to Africa. So it's all the descendants of the enslaved Africans, the African Americans, Jamaicans, and all that. They can return and reconnect their motherland, Africa. So the door return. Right. Any questions?
Do you want water?
Oh, these are brought by
Okay.
Keep your head low until you are.
Oh wow. Here's no ventilation. Here's no ventilation. No AC.
No AC.
No AC, eh? Yeah, see you tomorrow.
In those days, no lights. The men in the male dungeon who were fighting for their freedom, trying to escape, they were taken out of the dungeon, beaten at the courtyard, and then put in here. There were 3 doors fixed at the entrance. So when they put the male captive, they closed the 3 doors. No food, no water, no air. The captive stays until he dies. The idea is to kill, but to kill him slowly, use him, set an example. So the freedom fighters, they were killed in the condemned cells. Any question? Alright. So we're going out again. Please keep your heads very low.
All of you are short, so for you it's not a problem. Thank you.
Now again. This dog is over 200 years old.
He's staying.
The door is about.
It's original. This dog more than 200 years old.
Oh.
So you could say it was a witness. It did see things. It only could speak. Let's walk up and you'll see the government things.
He's older than all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing pictures. I'm just taking.
It's okay.
Because I don't know you.
Are you starting? I don't know. I just felt like it. You like it? McLean's Hall.
So this place, long before the Swedish or Europeans came to our land, in our society, the king's palace was the court's house. That is where you take the case to. As they have the case, they try to go to court. So the British law system, the but the way the law interprets the right way, the Soviet barracks or garrison, the British soldiers who were has been laid down. All the rooms being used as shops originally for soldiers. And from here we can see Fort Williams. Please take a look up there, far up on that hill.
Oh no.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay.
Where the trees are, that bushy hill behind that chapel. The British built, so they had soldiers there to spy around, look for enemies. They were also using it, as a lighthouse to guide the ships coming over here. So Fort Williams, a military post, and a lighthouse. Alright. Let's continue.
So we'll go there too.
No.
Because we went together.
Yeah, right. So we just keep going. Yeah. Governor's bedroom. It's a good place for you, huh?
So one man lived here, the governor, the leader of the British. This one is living quarters. So you can compare the time. All this for one. There's a living room. You have a very right. Here you get it very nice view of the fort. On the hill there.
What do we have there? Sounds kind of no sense because this this castle is much nearer to the sea. So why do they use the what is it? The post? Yeah. To light, to use as a light. And
Because it's higher.
I know, but it's much farther from the coast.
It's like when you're here, when someone is behind you, see more than you here.
So they will see more.
When you're here, when someone is close to you, you
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah, I know, but
They'll be behind to monitor you.
yeah.
In case someone is close to you. That's the meaning.
You're not friends or because it's attached. So, the governance, the importance. Any question before we walk down, please? We're going down this way. Now the walking.
We are not going up.
You have a washroom
Only
on the ground floor. Whoever lived up has gone out.
What was that?
Like so.
So looking through that hole, you see the
Communication.
fort. This was where a soldier will be communicating with the soldiers up there at the fort. They were using